second game, FPX have side selection. They have chosen blue side. So we go again, same exact size and similar bans, but the Ashe, you'll note, from FPX has been taken away.
Ashe and the Caitlyn gone. So two of the big powerhouses in that bottom lane, especially when it comes to push pressure, being able to secure some of the early terror plates. I imagine FPX, all right, well, I was going to say Sunni may want to try and get their hands on an Ezreal pick for Huanfeng, but it looks like they're pretty happy to just try and take this a step back.
Now.
And FPX, I think something like a Volley Bear or Graves would be amazing.
Oh, everyone's molding.
I forgot I was in the LPL.
What
am I saying?
Oh my lord. Is LCK done? Is Yi, who you should forget not, come over? And has he seen this? Has someone pinged him and said, look, this is our most played top laner and we're going to blind it?
That is such a good response from Sunni. I mean, hey, look, this is so the reason that people don't like having this this Renekton locked in so early is that you can build compositions that do very well around it, that are enabled by this Renekton that wants to jump into you. Picks like Gangplank obviously do really well because you can either keep it at bay, but if you want to just take that full brunt of the Renekton's force, something like an Aphelios does incredibly well. And short range AD carry with a bunch of damage that when you have a composition like FPX are going to now need to build around this Renekton can work very well in that scenario.
It's super interesting because after what we've just seen was like a GP top for Bin. You know, we've seen that Bin has a large champion pool and he's a carry style top laner who's willing to match this. Of course, in game one, we didn't know what lane it was going in. Kim Gun took it into mid, so Angel going Zoe again is a comfort pick for Sunni. And already they've gotten some really nice stuff. FPX Nautilus has been crisp this season. I'm just having a quick look here. Duumbi has played it once. Crisp has played it 16 times. So, you know, if I was...
Guess where that's going.
Yeah, let's have a guess. As Lilia... Oh, no. Dagda. We've got Lilia once more.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay?
And now, SOFM, or do you want to support?
I'd rather support here. I think Sword Art again on this Leona. So the Leona is two forms here. Sword Art looks fantastic on it. Secondly, it really does well into this Nautilus where you can go super heavy on this engage. You also have a very strong winning bot lane. And again, I want to see what's happening in this bottom side because Khan is once more leaving these super late bot lane picks. We saw the flex with the Karma, but unless FPX have decided to go some sort of kill lane bot lane with, I don't know, a Renekton, a Pantheon or something along these lines, this isn't going to be a lock-in on the bottom side of the map already.
I'm just surprised that we get the Lilia again. After what we saw, I'll progress forward. I don't want to get hung up on this because knowing me, I will. The Lucian ban again, targeting 80 carries.
I think Graves should be next now coming in here. So we already saw how well SOFM performed on the Graves, but also shutting down this Lilia, getting into her face. Stuff like that that can get into this Lilia and invade on top of her. She does not have a fun time against. So something Graves already gone. Volley Bear would be another great option. Or even a Nidalee or something for SOFM. These are picks that you could potentially see come out that can go aggressive, although we haven't seen any of these Nidalee picks from SOFM, at least this split.
So I like that you raised that. The set also is a flex ban away from FPX. It's going to be targeted. Now, if we're talking about what FPX want, they're a team that has been fitting into comforts. If we need to look at a top laner slash bottom laner, things like the Jace still available, as Volley Bear gets banned away in the second rotation and
that was going to be my next one. It was like, maybe you go towards the Olaf here because you've already got a lot of things that can enable you super well with the Leona, and you've also got this Zoe. You know what FPX are going for here between Nautilus and Renekton. They're getting into your face, they're getting in on top of you, and Olaf will do so well in these scenarios where you got the CC, enable him, and he's going to be just swinging these axes like crazy in the midst of everyone in FPX.
We could see anything here though, because with everyone lane swapping, the Cassiopeia?
So this is going to be a bot lane Cassio.
Yeah.
What we've seen a couple of times is... Okay, so I want to start from the beginning. So top lane Cassiopeia is a thing. I'm sure Khan has got a good amount of practice on it. We have seen actually a fair amount of bot lane Cassiopeia as well. Lots of consistent damage. You've got good engage or disengage for something like the Leona wants to jump in and crop you. Makes things incredibly difficult for the Aphelios. You can farm super well, and now... Okay, FPX are massively pivoting in this draft because when you look towards the likes of this Renekton and also this Nautilus, there are two champions that want to go in, they want to be aggressive. When you look at a Cassiopeia and a Jace, they kind of want to be playing in the back foot, using the Petrifying Gaze, using these Accelerated Shock Blasts, trying to play a little bit further back. So the identity of this FPX composition is a bit all over the place. And then you add a Lilia into the mix who, yeah, can throw out a few of these swirl seeds, kind of gets into the middle of it. It looks like FPX kind of got caught out and said, well, we're not really sure where we want to end up here.
Yeah.
And now Suning have got this composition that does so well in multiple different styles that can combat what FPX are going.
Let's just see where everything goes, because Doomby, if he plays this, whether, you know, what we think about the draft or not, this is Doomby's 15th unique champion of the split. Doomby's Dark Technologies takes him anywhere. But
bot lane.
we could see Gimgoon piloting the Jace this time around after Khan's lousy performance in game number 1. Means Khan switches over to the Renekton. We'll see which lane everything goes into, because if you didn't catch game 1, it's Gimgoon and Khan due to LWX being sick in multiple lanes. Warhorse has a big smile on his face, and Doomby now has Cassiopeia. While on the side of Suning, what we'd call a much more standard draft, because once again, heavy scaling elements when we see Aphelios, see elements like the Zoe as well, but also the GP once again. There's a lot for Suning to play with, and it's a more stable draft, you'd have to admit.
I definitely agree, and I love the draft that Suning have gone for. I think they have a lot of answers coming in for FPX side, but hysterics, we are going to be getting on to the Rift for game number 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this is all going to pan out.
Well, FPX backs up against the wall. B5 fans, you're the same. You want FPX to take this to a game 3 and try and win the series. Suning, they're on match point. If they win this, they move into quarterfinals, get that berth, and 10 points for regionals. All I know is one of the Suning fans had a cat. So Suning has cat buff here today, running into game number 2, and the night sky, if you see that sign in the top right, is a massive lion. That's what happens if you study astrology on the Rift. That's what happens when you live with a grey screen. Sometimes you look up and you wonder, why am I playing?
What has happened to my life?
Yeah,
what
but that's my solo queue. You know, I'm not going to bring that on the Rift. Those are outer-worldly troubles. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2, and welcome to FPX with Gimgoon mid again and Khan top.
I feel like FPX are going to be mirroring a little bit of your solo queue experience in this game, because when I look at the way Suning can combat what FPX have got here, it works perfectly for them. You've got a strong bot lane presence in Bin who can have a winning matchup against Khan here after, or at least starting off on that level 2 from then on. You've also got some really strong cannon barrage ultimates where the likes of Doomby on this Cassiopeia really struggle when they're slowed and you've got this big AoE ult, because obviously you can't really get away from this. So setting up for Hope, Angel, FunPlus to get into the mix, even SOFM to start chasing people down.
And we're starting with a level 1 Cassiopeia, remember, so a lot of damage here with Twin Fang started first, but it's not Corrupting Potion, it's refillable. Even so, Sword Art in a bit of a pickle. And some good trading to kick off the game. Doomby low on mana. And Dredgeline doesn't connect, so Crisp and Doomby have to back away. I love that we're getting Crisp, the Nautilus, supporting the Nautilus player in FPX.
This is fine as Suning, though, because they've ran through all that mana on Doomby now. Doomby won't actually be able to do particularly much. Yeah. And as well, SOFM, look at the path that he's taken. Started on this top side, in towards those Raptors, now down towards that bottom side. He will get down here, and if Sword Art and Swanfang can hold this wave out, you've got to be pretty overextended at Crisp and Doomby, giving that opportunity for SOFM to make these plays. But you can see Crisp is fairly worried about that himself, going to get a ward in.
But Doomby, just note the Twin Fang has to kill the minion, otherwise the mana is not refunded. SOFM going to get spotted out here with the low clear, as mentioned. And Tien is on his way, level 3 himself. Chris running in, just needs to smite down, and SOFM will hit level 3. Now with double buffs available, the fight begins, but Olaf, even exhausted, in a pretty good position as FunPlus joins the fight. Crisp is low, and he gets bubbled from Angel. First blood not taken. Angel comes over, though, and sparks it. A 1-for-2 trade as Tien now flashes away. The Horsey is trying to get a pathway as Angel's at full health, and Tien doesn't have much in the ways of health or mana. Angel with 2 kills, and FPX are blown apart at 3 minutes.
And Suning played this so well. FunPlus and Sword Art are able to have Sword Art move because that lane in the bottom side hadn't pushed into the turret. You have no mana left on Doomby. He's basically an arranged minion in these fights right now. And then Suning are able to turn that fight around, 3 for 1, 1,000 gold lead already, and SOFM is off to a roaring start once again over Tien.
He gets spotted out by the ward here, but level 4 walking into the mid lane. Gimgoon needs to take a path, manages to get away. I know I called Tien a horse. I believe he is a deer. But to be fair, Hecarim was a horse. Lilia was a chameleon.
You mean Nico?
We get a Charmeleon. Oh my god. We get Pokemon on the Rift. This truly, we get B1 Renekton, Pokemon reference. This truly is the LPL. This is LS's region. You know, 2021, we'll give him an invite, bring him over, and say, hey,
I have
brother.
a feeling he's not going to accept it.
Oh, why? He loves Renekton. Well,
look, we have a Charmeleon, but to be honest, it's Tien who's kind of set FPX on fire in this game, because with that quick invade, he's now set himself massively far behind. You can already see that CS lead. We highlighted how much Lillian needs to be a champion of snowballs to have these big effects.
Yeah.
Well, now, again, back foot for Tien. Gimgoon isn't able to get the pressure that he would like to try and help out in this mid lane, and Angel's already got himself off to 2 kills once again. Every single time Angel has got his hands on this Zoe, he's got himself these early kills and able to snowball.
this is the problem that Angel's, one of his best champions alongside his Syndra has been this Zoe, and we've seen snowballing effects come through when Angel gets an early lead and how devastating it is for teams. Once again, Suning set up in a great position with a 1k gold lead at 5 minutes into the game, and once again, we talk about FPX with this Jace, with this Renekton, and the Lilia getting the ball rolling. It feels like we're repeating game 1 already, because SOFM's invading the bottom side. Tien is a level down, and SOFM has double Ruby Crystal versus only Chilling Smite. Over the wall, he's going to get spotted out as Tien now has to hit from the side. Smite comes down, and thank you for the camp, thank you for the leash, as Gimgoon's getting bullied mid as well.
Angel going to be able to walk away from this, get some good damage on towards Gimgoon, but expect this to continue going as soon as Angel has control of mid. Bot lane push is going to be in favor of Huanfeng and Sword Art, and you can continuously go for these plays as SOFM. He's even using the fact that he's bullied Tien out of his bot side jungle to go towards this dragon.
Starting off the Cloud, 10% cooldown reduction on those ultis. You're a gangplank, you're happy right now. As bottom side, Sword Art has actually gone in, but the re-engage from Doomby should be strong. Conqueror has been enabled with Gravitum. And the push out from damage will send FPX to their turret. And there you go, first dragon, Ocean coming up next. So Infernal or Mountain Rift. If it's a mountain and you're Suning, you are cheering.
Definitely. And the thing is, when we see these trades coming in the bottom side of the map for Huanfeng and Sword Art, when you're kind of going even in health-wise for Suning, it's a big win because of the mana issues that Doomby has right now. It's not like he's got a tier. He's not like he's gone towards like a Rod of Ages or even has a Catalyst as of yet, so then he can try and save up his mana and get a lot of that back. Instead, he's very much burning through this mana in all these trades. He won't be able to shove out. And this unlocks Sword Art, like we're seeing right now, to go and make plays elsewhere on the map, especially as we start to get towards that 7-minute mark where we have the Rift Herald available.
You're getting a lot of trouble. SOFM flashes in with the Chilling Smite, waiting for the engage. He's backing away, trying to kite it out. Gets healed up by Angel, who gets the kill. Confidence out of the madman in the jungle.
Very brave call coming through from SOFM, but they do manage to get the kill. SOFM now has to back, or at least, well, heal himself up as this Olaf, not wanting to venture into his topside jungle, realizing, hey, look, there may be a wild Lilia about. But Suning, once again, getting control of this game against FPX. And Chris does a good job to freeze mid lane, but it's just trying to put a bandage onto what is a pretty gaping wound for FPX right now.
Because this whole series so far, Sword Art has been the better roaming mid laner, as we've seen. That roam to topside in game 1 was so devastating for Khan. This time around, he hasn't been bullied as hard. He's actually had a better laning phase, but Bin isn't too far behind. 10 CS at the moment for a GP is not the worst, as Tien will be spotted out here. Hops on out, and with that movement speed, Bin might be in a bit of trouble, but you can see the cavalry is on their way. So they need to pick this play or leave.
And FPX are trying to make this play just before that Rift Herald spawns, but Suning are doing a fantastic job of reading this. Even having Huanfeng shove in that bottom lane means Huanfeng can now join this quicker, as Gimgoon will get hit by the Sleepy Trouble.
Jace is in this series, getting bullied out. Apparently now a more iconic duo as SOFM's walking away. The Lilting Lullaby is available. Ragnarok's there as well. So Tien doesn't pop it down just yet, as Ignite was placed down, I believe.
Not worth for TN to try and pop that Lilting Lullaby. It actually has a pretty long cooldown on it at the moment.
Yeah.
It's 110 seconds at this stage of the game, so Ragnarok not a worthy trade, but Suning now moving in. FPX level down.
They didn't know Sword Art was there. He gets a 3-man Zenith Blade as Bin's coming in. The Cannon Barrage lay it down. Can't get the first kill, but low health bars on FPX while Gimgoon now gets hit pretty damn hard with the Trouble Bubble. Chris running away as Khan is in the middle of 3 people. Slice and Dice comes up and available. He escapes. He's on a ward though, and Angel has found him. Exhausts his there as Doomby flies on in. The Petrifying Gaze is available himself, and he has the flash. He's layered down, he cleanses through as SOFM takes on in. Tien gets through, the Lilting Lullaby hit 3. Petrifying Gaze not great, but Tien's ulti may have just set up the play. The Herald low and taken down. There's the potential of Lilia. She just got to hit more targets.
Insanely messy fight from Suning, though. Miscommunication on whether they were going in, whether they're backing away for that Rift Herald. They get Khan out, but he's able to group up with the rest of FPX, move in and command the territory. We got support on combat.
Yeah, baby, but the problem is Chris doesn't have enough health. That's not fair. Sword Art's going to back away just in case, because Doomby was roaming on down, and fair enough, but FPX with a net win. And Doomby with the Rift Herald in hand.
And that's pretty big, because if anyone on this team for FPX wants to be the benefactor of that gold, I'm giving it to Doomby.
Yeah.
I need this Cassiopeia scaling. He's our late game option, but we're going to get another look at this fight. And you can see a bit all over the place here from Suni. It's, hey, are we bursting down this Rift Herald? Are we trying to fight? What's the plan here? Tien flashes in aggressively to get that Lilting Lullaby, tries to set up for Doomby, but at least that damage from the Petrifying Gaze is enough. Suning are all over the joint, and it means that now you get that confidence from FPX to push in and get the Rift
It's such a devastating ulti when you hit multiple targets, right? You know that it's like a 3-man Trouble Bubble that just connected. And for Tien, his best moment of the series so far. He's now 2-1-2. He's got his Runic Echoes, and also Sork Shoes in hand. Khan picked up kills in that fight as well, and he's gone play the Ruin King first. So this time around, we do have a Renekton who has some gold injection, as apart from game 1.
I don't mind it so much in this game because Khan is going up against Bin. It's not like the last game where it was the Renekton into the Zoe matchup, but FPX trying to put pressure on this bottom lane.
All right, bit of gold into Doomby. Once again, you talked about how important it is for this Cassiopeia, who now has tier and the Lost Chapter in inventory. Bit of turret plating to be taken here. And another main thing is that you push against Fong, because even though we don't see Aphelios much anymore, he still has Crescendum, he still has a lot of damage, and is very good at pushing plates fast, so getting him away from your turret plates is crucial.
It's also the fact that Fong, the bigger he gets, it's very scary for FPX's composition. We already see how in the middle of things FPX need to be between Tien, Khan, Crisp, even Gimgoon when he changes into hammer form. So Fong gets enabled so well if he's got the likes of Severum Crescendum combo up. So if he's already at Infinity Edge and those those double Zeal items, he's going to be so difficult for for FPX to deal with. And I wouldn't even be surprised to see Fong pick up an early Death Stance in this game, maybe as a 3rd item, just because he's going to be dealing with a lot of damage.
Lilting Lullaby. Somebody wants to go Betty Bye-Byes, and Sword Art will do exactly that. Pick off for FPX in light of Dragon spawning. Sitting there waiting for them as Angel can't get the connection with the Troll Bubble, so FPX get the kill. They also get their first Dragon of the game.
Nice from FPX. Good pick. Sword Art not expecting so many members of FPX to be there, so...
Okay. SOFM feeling pretty angry. Gonna go on to Tien, and this deer is trying to run away. Gets the Dragon. SOFM flashes out in the back of the pit. The Aphelios ulti hits. Infernum, not as much damage at this point in the game as Angel is angling for Tien, but Khan's coming in. The flash burnt by Angel, and Suning, what's going on? Tien now might be called out. The watch out need to escape. He gets burnt down and destroyed by Bin. So at least Suning gets something, but SOFM has been behind enemy lines for a while now. They're on the chase. This
is not going to end well. This is just not going to end well.
Yeah, all right. Here's Crisp. Ragnarok not available. Dredgeline connects, slowed down. Khan slice and dice.
Run!
And
Run,
play the yakety sax because the Chilling Spike gets him out.
Keep going! Don't let your memes be dreams!
He's going to execute, but Shock Blast, oh, it was dodged from, but Chris got the damage recently, and whatever we just watched was great.
The kill went to Chris, but no assist across the board as the poor picking up that kill. Very pretty happy with SOFM. Plus, bought a bunch of time for Suning. Look at Bin in that top lane. He's pushing in. Won't be able to get another tower play before the timer ticks over towards 14, but still, it's given the opportunity for Suning to get back onto the map and get control of these waves.
Well, I'm glad we could reset with that. But gold at this point quite even. Tien is invading. Angel's on the other side of the ward. Gimgoon's there to sandwich him off. Angel might be in a really bad position. Tien misses here with the blooming blows, but still a lot of damage. Watch out and eat. And Gimgoon picks up the kill. Now 2 on the Jason. Suning getting caught out this game around. That's 13 minutes in.
Suning's vision just hasn't been here.
Yeah.
They're consistently having Sword Art wander into mid lane, not really realizing how many members of FPX are there. Angel getting caught out a second time. Now, don't forget, he was 2-0 to start off this game. Now sitting at 3-3. Hasn't quite been able to have the impact we expected from the last game. However, we got to say, we're still waiting on Suning to scale. We're still waiting on Gangplank to hit those items. Triforce has just come through.
Sword Art now caught out. The whole of Suning caught out. And watch out, Eat once again. Tien gets a kill, and
I don't know why he's there.
I don't know what Suning are doing. Holistic, I guess they succeed as a unit in game 1, and they're failing as a unit in game 2.
Brothers in arms.
Yeah,
you know, but
at least
still.
they're consistent in one
Exactly.
aspect.
I don't know. You didn't even have the support. Bin does get some decent, a lot of damage.
I don't think Doomby can 1v1 him. There is a big level difference here. The Miasma out and Petrifying Gaze once again. Not too great from Doomby. Here comes the Cannon Barrage down as Crispus helping him out, but Doomby once again, not too much damage, even with the Archangel Staff. Bin walking away, and here's the support. Gimgoon has a bit more damage in his back pocket. It's hammer time for the Jace. You can't touch this. Third kill going over. Gimgoon with 3 himself, as now it's onto SOFM, who's gone for the invade. Khan slices and dices, and we're not doing this again, are we, SOFM? Stop it!
Get the music! Get the music!
I think we should give him a mixtape, the flashover. Khan is sick of it! Stop it! 4-0 now on Khan, though, and that's big. A much better game soon.
I feel sorry for Huanfeng. He's just in this bottom lane like, guys, I'm an Aphelios. Let me scale. Give me time to get towards these items.
Yeah.
He hasn't backed in forever. His coal popped a little while ago. He's still working towards the likes of this Infinity Edge. He's got more than enough gold to do so, but there's so much happening on the map right now. FPX, 1,000 gold ahead, a 5-kill lead, and we're only 15 minutes in.
I gotta say, I respect the flash from Khan.
I do.
Let's just be frank, he was sick of the bullshit. Like, honestly, at that point. And it's an important kill for him too. Now 4-0, as I mentioned before. He already had that Blade of the Rune King and Ninja Tabi. And if you look on the scoreboard, matching Bin right now is an important part as the GP gets a lot more gold. Gimgoon slightly there too. But at the moment, it is Huanfeng with the most gold in the game.
Huanfeng has been doing really well. He's got a bunch of those turret plates bot side, just took the turret himself. He's been farming up incredibly well. Like, Huanfeng is in a prime position. The problem is, he just needs that little bit more time. He wants to get towards the likes the Rune's Hurricane, a Death Stance, I would imagine is going to be the next one that's coming his way, because with how fed FPX are, the survivability of Huanfeng is going to be called into question in these fights. So I think picking up a third item, Death Stance, could really be good for the Sunni lady carry.
Good dodge away. If he gets caught out there, that's when FPX could start doing some damage. Because remember, FPX have started to look for these picks around these dragons, and the next one's coming up in about 20 seconds' time. Clearing out the vision for now is the priority. Sword Art has been spotted out topside and was trying to get a pick onto Khan, who backs away, but Herald put down Dagda. Momentum being started.
Hook just goes wide from Chris. Here, FPX, they've got the opportunity. They've got pretty good siege potential when you look towards Gimgoon, and great disengage strength as well between the Petrifying Gaze, so still need to be careful how you approach this as Suning.
Trouble lands, and he's a bit far forward. Cannon Barrage comes through, so does the Aphelios. Not the Moonlight Vigil, flashed away from here by Gimgoon. Cannon Barrage not doing too much, but on the back end, Huanfeng with his autos is. Bin heading forward, and Angel once again cleansing through. That was the ultimate from Tien, and Suning now with a crucial pick. Angel with 1,000,000,001 flashes. They'll have the momentum mid.
Play dissuaded. They can turn towards mid. They can turn towards Dragon. Suning find the play that they wanted to go towards it. This is what we're saying for Suning's composition. They can so aggressively get on towards FPX as Angel.
Steals it away. Troll Bubble flies through the air as well. Tien only manages to survive, but FPX lose their mid lane turret, and the Dragon going down is that 6% extra bit of stats here. For Suning, who, remember, have the Olaf, have the Leona, so for Suning, with all those mistakes we saw before, things are still okay with gold at an even point.
And again, we're getting towards those big items for Sunny. The likes of the Triforce already completed a wall for Bin, but he wants to get towards that Essence Reaver where he can really start to be a menace in side lanes and also in these team fights. Same we look towards Wanfeng. Ruden's Hurricane is going to be a little bit of a break point, but definitely that third item is where Wanfeng is going to come on. It's about 7 to 8 minutes before we see that.
Yeah.
If they can keep putting this gold in towards Bin and Wanfeng.
Looking across the board though, what should we be aiming for? Doombee's hitting a bottom lane turret. Just thinking, Baron's going to be up in a minute 30. Now, the bonus is as FPX, while you don't have an 80 carry, you have a Cassiopeia. And Medusa's really good at taking down Barons, so you always have that going for you. There is the Archangel staff turned into a Seraphic Brace with second item on the way.
And the thing is, Doinby is more than capable of taking over these fights, especially when he gets to those 2 to 3 items of his own, especially if he wants to look towards something like Leandri's Torment. We've seen Riley's has come through quite a lot for these Cassiopeias, and I think Riley's would be a great opportunity here as well.
Yep.
Because what they want to try and do in FPX's side is, if Sunin are coming in, it's about divide and conquer. If you can throw down a Miasma, a couple of these spells that can separate out SOFM, they can make these plays work.
Going in, flashes away after the Solar Flare. The re-engage from Crisp here, but in the middle of the Cannon Barrage is doing a lot of damage as you swing, and a bit of a miss here from Wanfeng. Blooming Blows was used, and so was the ultimate from Tien, who's now a bit too far forward, but Bin can't get the barrel connection. As Suning with a bit of damage, it's traded in response, and no one goes down.
Everyone manages to back away from that. Again, though, SOFM does manage to get control of this bot side. River, we have that Baron up now, but obviously with the way that this game is going, neither of these teams will be able to rush towards that objective particularly quickly. So 34,000 gold, dead on even in this game. This is the battle that I wanted to see towards our playoffs.
But Bin, he's in the middle of this. Dominus is being used. Sees the minions go down, trying to make his escape. Flashes away. Still has the orange available. The W used orange up to the end. And Tien picking up the kill. A lot of damage between this two. And Bin getting caught out as a way for FPX to accelerate.
And it's not like Suning are in an opportunity where they can try and take anything elsewhere in the map. They were all in the recall. Top lane has been super far shoved in. Angel trying to push that one back out. So a nice timing window from FPX to punish the overextension from Bin on this gangplank. And still, though, this is where we need to see FPX using this to get control, get something back, and maybe looking for a pick here.
Dredgelight goes in Crisp a bit too far forward, though, until Doomby arrives. Never mind, as Swelling Seed flies across Summoner's Rift. Dredgelight this time connects onto Sword Art. The Miasma laid down as well. Angel shows himself, but Sword Art's just dead to Doomby. That's a 27-second death timer, and they're in front of Baron. Teleport being burned. FPX are going to try it.
It's a 2-level lead as well for Tien. He's so far ahead of SOFM.
SOFM spotted out in the back of the pit. Wanfeng coming in. Bin zoning off, though. FPX are grouped up, and Angel coming in with the trouble of a landing with a Cannon Barrage. The AoE ultimate. Doomby doesn't get the greatest ulti once again, and Bin is just swinging his machete around. Suning turned to the Baron, and FPX, are you looking at the champions Suning are playing?
That's the problem here, is that they aren't. FPX go into the pit. There's nobody tanky. You've got Khan who's gone for this Blade of the Rune King Black Cleaver build. He's not able to tank it. And Suning collapse, get the kills, get the Baron, and get the confirmed lead in this game for what has felt like so long.
I honestly feel like Suning just got the best leash of their life. The TY and old chap would have been the nice icing on the cake, and Suning now with Baron the gold lead, and after what was FPX grouping up in front of them and spotted out an award the entire time.
But look at this combo. You get that Paddle Star coming in straight onto Tien. He's already out. Then the follow-up damage from Wanfeng, and the Cannon Barrage, as he said, icing on the cake. The cherry on top. As Suning are able to pick off the Baron. And now this late game scaling comp, well, you can see they're in a prime position. Wanfeng finishes that QSS. No more lilting lullabies or stuns for him. He is going towards that death stance next as well, which is going to give him so much tankiness in these fights.
But Bin might be caught out, just destroyed by card. You can get Baron, you can steal the purple worm, but if you die like that, FPX find more ways to take us to a game 3.
I don't know how many times Suning are going to get caught out. Swordheart is 0-5 right now. Bin getting caught out there as well.
He's 6-0 now. Khan is not going to hit that moment where he falls off as he catches him around skirting vision. Nicely done. Petrifying Gaze used mid though, and Doomby might be caught out as well. Too far forward. Gimgoon can't add anything. And SOFM is on the run, Gimgoon walking through River. But he should be fine for now, while the rest of Suning might just run down mid, because FPX want the Dragon.
And they have Baron. They are more than capable of going for this. Tien is going to stick on towards this Dragon. He's going to be late on his recall, as Suning are powering down this mid lane.
Gonna back now after taking it through. Suning here with the one Baroned up minion. Save him! And he's gone. And Chris won't try any shenanigans here, so...
Look at where Tien is. He's trying to get in behind them here to see if he can get the...
We need to look, because Sword Art's found the engage. It's onto the 6-0 Renekton, who still gets hit so hard from Angel. The flank you mentioned is there. Tien, I'm not sure if you spotted out on the ward. There's a control ward there, so the chances are no. But he's not going to stick around to find out, as Baron Enhance recalls Gimgoon, looking for the pickoff onto SOFM. Ultimate could be used, but SOFM has his Ragnarok, so no lilting lullaby this time around, and Suning get away with no harm.
Back does come through from Angel, got the Morellonomicon. Would have preferred if he just stuck on the Oblivion Orb. I don't think there's enough healing in this game to really make a big difference here, but...
Control bubble.
Potential engage.
Alright, do they find Cannon Barrage is layered on top? Angel is coming in. No range there for the Paddle Star as SOFM sends down the Undertow. Again, with the portal jump, Angel gets the range, but it's still not close enough. And this is the problem. Suning can engage at any time they feel like.
The thing
FPX
is, though,
can get caught out.
I mean, for a Baron buff play, not the strongest of plays from
Very
Suning.
true.
With the catches that came through, they got Atter in the mid lane. You got the Dragon who went the way of FPX. I'd be pretty happy with FPX for what was a fairly massive blunder in being able to pull that one back and keep this gold somewhat even now. Although it is a 3,000 gold lead for Suning, it's not like they extended it that much having that Baron play.
That's true, and they didn't get Khan. They didn't get that massive bounty that would mean a big difference for Suning. Khan is still a massive threat who's heading towards the Sterex Gauges. His third item is pretty much the same item path in terms of, 3 items for both top laners at the moment.
SOFM's build is one of the funkier Olaf builds I've seen in a while. He's gone for that Warmogs first, and now he's going in towards the likes of Deadman's Plate. This isn't something, like, this is a build I usually see on Sejuani or something like this. Not what you'd usually see on something like an Olaf, especially from SOFM, who pioneered like the likes of that Knight's Vow build on Olaf.
Well, you know what he pioneered? He pioneered Redemption Lee Sin in Korean solo queue at one point. SOFM also. Redemption Olaf, I think he applied to.
Oh, sorry, Redemption Olaf, not the Knight's Vow.
But he's done so much. SOFM is like, you say the word funky. He's a funky guy who is very innovative with his item pass and tries a lot of things out. And in competitive play, we've seen him do a lot of different things. So it's nice to see SOFM still has that layer of spunk, I'd say.
It just feels a bit weird because as an Olaf, you just whack a couple of things and you get your health back anyway. So it's not like the Warmogs is going to do particularly much. I do like the Deadman second. I probably would have preferred to see it first, just because the whole idea of this comp from Suning is to, all right, throw down the Cannon Barrage, enable SOFM. He's going to gun straight for Doomby, see if he can whack down this snake before it really gets rolling in these team fights. And definitely having something like the Deadman's just gives a little bit more opportunity for you to go towards that. But we're going to have to look back at this mid lane, because FPX, they are desperately trying to find some sort of flank, trying to see if they can set up a team fight in which Doomby is enabled, where he can aggress forward and keep that petrifying gaze for if SOFM or Sword Art try to go overly far forward, rather than having to use it as a defensive tool to run away.
Pings are getting spammed down though. For Suning, they're trying to do the same thing, pick off Doomby in the jungle. The 2.5 item Cassiopeia, who's really fallen behind, almost Flame Horizon by Huan Fong, who's on his 3rd item with QSS. And for Doomby, he just wants some gold, so he's picking up jungle minions, receiving waves. Suning won't get anything, but they are set up for the 22nd Baron. Khan on the bottom side, meanwhile, has TP if he needs.
Now, we have seen Aphelios get nerfed, where his Baron take isn't as quick as it used to be, but he's still pretty damn good at taking these Barons, especially when you got Olaf there as well. So you have to respect this as FPX, which is why they are starting to group towards this mid. Still that Dragon coming up in a minute, though. That would put both these squads onto sole points, so we'll expect a lot of fighting towards that. I think Suning at the moment are trying to bait FPX into a fight at this Baron, so they can either, well, pick up the Baron or use the advantage they have from here towards that Dragon.
There's a ward on the outside of the pit that's spotting that Suning are doing the Baron, but can FPX do anything about it? Bin is set up behind them, ready for the barrel chain. Tien has been put to sleep, hit pretty damn hard as the TP comes through from Khan. They re-engage onto this GP who gets knocked up. He runs in and takes Tien with him though. There's no jungler for FPX. It's a 4 versus 4, but better for Suning for now. As Aphelios has the range, sends out the ulti, hits Doomby, Solar Flare will follow through as well. Khan comes in for the long round flank. Petrifying Gaze this time around from Doomby. Finally hits hard as Sordak kiting away the support. Wants to kill the Medusa. But Doomby manages to take it. SOFM low on the back of the pit. This Baron is not over. They want to keep it going. Take it down. And it is secured by Doomby, who's taken this fight as his own. And SOFM, the last man standing from Suning.
They left Bin out to dry. Bin makes the play. They kill Tien. They can dive onto FPX and win the team fight with FPX so separated. But instead, now the Baron goes to FPX. This Dragon will go towards FPX. And we get to see it here. All Suning had to do was collapse. The TP was coming in. Swordart was in a prime position to set this up. Instead, Bin gets left out. They don't burst down this Baron, and FPX managed to find this fight with all this confusion and miscoordination from Suning.
I look at Khan here because Khan, as well as Doomby, were crucial. Petrifying Gaze hit 3. And that sets up the fight with Khan coming in for that flank. Nothing Angel can do in the end. And really nice to see that Doomby has been struggling. Realistically, you'd say all series long, especially this game with his ultis. Hits one when it matters the most. And they end up cleaning the Baron thanks to him as well. So Angel can't steal it. And now, plot thickens. Baron in FPX's court. They've got a gold lead. We're almost to 30 minutes in the game. And these champions are hitting the end of their windows. They picked up a Mountain Dragon while we're in the replay, so Soul is on the horizon too. And for FPX now, what can they do with the worm?
Huanfeng is going all in on this lifesteal. He's actually got another Vamp Scepter in his pocket. He's going to finish off some Imperial Scimitar, and then we'll start to work towards something like a Zeal item. I actually would have preferred if he just got that second Zeal, like a Phantom Dancer, because the biggest issue that he's having right now is the burst damage that can come through from FPX. Between that Death Stance and then having the Phantom Dancer as well, he'd be able to survive so much better in these fights and actually find an opportunity to reposition and use the lifesteal that he already has.
True. Being going to receive the wave bottom side. Meanwhile, I just want you to note that it's an 8-0 Renekton now from Khan. Much better game number 2, and Khan is huge. This was a first pick Renekton. And one of the better first picks. That's what I'm going to get caught out. He uses a Ragnarok. He's got the Dream-laden bow on top of him, but now disappears. Poke from Gimgoon starting to get less and less impactful. As meanwhile, bottom side, the cannon minion with Baron is doing a lot of work.
Biggest value trade there for Chris. An auto attack comes out and you get SOFM's ultimate. Fantastic. Now SOFM is going to really struggle to play that front line that he wants to, because you can see Tien throwing out these bowling balls, seeing if he can pick off members. Suning now pushing aggressively, trying to see if they can get FPX, but there's still 20 seconds left on this Baron.
But every time they move, FPX move to another lane and push with the Baron up minions. Of course, the poke now is very scary from Suning. So even breaking this inner turret looks so hard for FunPlus Phoenix. But Khan adding pressure on the bottom side. Very crucial at this point as Angel's coming in as well. Helps clear out the wave. Next one's in. And they just go back mid. Baron has expired though. So we're now waiting for that next Dragon Dagger to lead us to the Elder if it gets there. If Suning delay it out, then you have to think that FPX will maybe run out of options unless they can get another Baron still, unless they can get a miracle pick and a miracle fight.
So the thing is, though, we are at the point where Suning have hit those crucial items. We've got the Infinity Edge, we've got the Essence Reaver, and the Triforce and Bin. We already talked about how strong Huanfeng is. The biggest issue for Suning is actually setting up these fights where Khan isn't getting flanks. Consistently, Khan has actually been great in finding positions where he can get onto Huanfeng, and if you've got nowhere to kite back as Suning, it makes things very difficult for you to try and play at range from the likes of the Renekton, from Tien as well, and that's where Huanfeng is starting to struggle. So I want to see if Suning, as we get towards this next dragon, can start to get there a little bit sooner, get control of the river. Now, you can see there's already some boards there, which will help that out, but they need to double down on making sure they are safe going into this pit.
Bin is critting for 1100. Bin, the 3-item GP with another BF sword, is another fear that I'm sure FPX will have alongside Huanfeng, who is still sitting on those components but hasn't upgraded yet, hasn't actually gone back. Dragon up in a minute 15. I'm on this wild ride known as Suning and FPX to finish off the regular season. I didn't think Suning would be in such a position as they are now.
this is good from Suning that they're able to get these resets, get those big items that we talked about, and then hit over towards this Dragon. The issue is, though, they're starting to actually move up towards this top lane. Forgo all the vision that they just got down because they want to try and make a pick on towards Khan.
Teleport's going to be burned. Only thing that can come out is the barrel. He's spotted out. No damage follows through, and TP's out of there for safety. But now with no teleport and Dragon coming up, he has to move down.
But Suning have got to go back through this river now, and honestly, they're not really strong enough to just straight up walk into this. They needed to keep control. They took the risky play. The teleport from Khan keeps them safe, and now it's FPX with control around this Mountain Dragon.
Very true. The soul would change a lot. Is looking for the pick first onto Angel. Swell Seed does land, but there is no follow-up with that ultimate. But you can see Tien's damage has really hit new, as Angel's at half health, so those Swell Seeds will start hurting. And so will the Blooming Blows, as FPX concentrated around the river split with mid. Angel with the Trouble Bubble landing crucially as Sword Art's ultimate is available. Suning regained control, and Angel's zoned away, but the Dragon will be started here with Tien on the back of the pit.
Again, we're getting these flanks though. Khan in a good position here. He wants to get on towards Wanfeng, and Suning need to kite back. They need to set up correctly so FPX can engage from multiple
angles. They've been poked out. Doombee's walking on in. The ultimate used onto the supporters. Chris starts the engage off. SOFM has been targeted as well. FPX have the numbers advantage in the river. Sword Art is going to be the first one to go down and drops like a fly as Doombee picks up the kill. Gimgoon is actually hit pretty hard by Angel, and the undertow, which still doesn't kill him. He flashes over the wall, and now SOFM is one against Khan. He gets burnt out as well as the TP is getting channeled into the pit. That is the Zoe, I believe. No, it's not. It's the GP, excuse me, which takes down Doombee. Dragon at 3k.
This is protect the jungler right now. SOFM is so low. Tien against Angel.
He's trying Tien against the world at this point as Crisp is low as well. Khan is trying to run back here, but the Dragon is just gone. Suning will pick it up. Teleport being channeled. And now into it is Gimgoon, who just wants to go mid.
They're running through this mid lane. They want to get down this tier 2 tower, but at least Suning do get the Dragon. They push us both to 3 dragons apiece. Baron on the cards. Suning will be backing away and can still look to defend. You can see pings going down galore over at that big purple worm.
Well, FPX, just when you think, oh, they found the fight. Suning managed to take away the Dragon, take away the chances for any continuation of damage. And now, heading towards this Baron, this could be the nail in the coffin. FPX, Gimgoon's on the flank. But it's a chase. And we're 35 minutes in, so let's just see. Angel in with a host. Tien walking through, needs the steal here. Sword Art on zone patrol. Is it gone? Yes, it is by GP. And in the end, Bin was securing the Baron yet again in another game. And Gimgoon missing out. Means Suning have everything. They turn onto Gimgoon. The undertow lands. Ragnarok is there. He channels his energy onto Bin, but is taken down by Wanfeng. The burst damage on the backside onto Bin. The ultimate comes through. Does he have the orange available? Not just yet. He's slowed on down. The dredge line will connect here onto Sword Art. Khan's in the middle, who's been carrying this game to get 2 quick kills. Over the wall is Tien. Chilling Smite is down. He doesn't have ulti, but he has a lot of damage. Onto Angel. The watch out Eve does wonders. As the Troll Bubble doesn't matter because he goes golden. And FPX may lose the Baron, but they win the bloody war.
And now they can start to push through. You 40-second death timers and anyone on Suning. FPX, they may have just done it.
We'll see. Death timers are long, but Dagda, I like the optimism considering that it's only SOFM. Running into this top lane turret, the minion wave still exists. The Baroned up minions trying to help defend. As at the bare minimum, it will be inhibitor. But FPX want this to go further. They shared the love with V5 and say, we need to get them to quarters, and we need better seeding. As running onto SOFM, now the target instead of the turret. He's in Ragnarok form, goes golden with a stopwatch, as Sword Art comes in with a solar flare, with the petrifying gaze. Doombee makes up for his earlier mishap, as Sword Art will die too. We're going to a game number 3, with some star performances out of our top laners. Let's just say it was Khan. 10-0 and 6. Maybe it is Dagda, because Khan lives. He wants this one on a 3rd.
Khan comes in, the substitute for LWX, and this Renekton pick pops off. And, well,